get this work.
That snorkel you got up there.
Hey, so what happened just now?
They took that Q-tip all the way up. These hot water here, huh? I'm crying for you guys, real. I'm crying for you. So this is what we going through to get to y'all to teach our people out here.
So Deacon didn't have a problem, you said?
Deacon have a problem, not with that snot that you got.
I don't have a problem.
Look at the snot.
I'm breathing all the white men air.
On that test, how was it?
It was great.
You didn't have a problem?
No, sir.
I see a tear. I see a tear.
You crying?
Hey guys, next. Let's go.
Oh, shit, bro.
You're gonna have to loosen up. You can't be a statue.
Yeah.
That must be rumbling.
All right, shalom. First off, I'm going to start off by saying all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash. This all praises to the world calls God, Jesus Christ. The true names in the Hebrew is Yahweh for the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shai for his beloved Son. Also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful like preaching, word in truth and sincerity. Shalakia. I'm the brother Tazabana of Great Millstone, Arizona Camp Lower Well with another video to edify. And, you know, as you saw in the video I just played, you got the men of IUIC openly proclaiming that, you know, going to get this test so we can teach to y'all. The scriptures didn't command you to do that. Scriptures never commanded that you had to get this devil's test to go out there and operate. The scriptures just told you go out to the highways and byways and preach. You know, the word of the Lord doesn't go out vain or void. You know, prophesy to the wind. You know, here it is, you have the internet, but these are the same guys that want to justify traveling and all that. And they're doing that because they want to travel. They love to be able to go to different cities and jump here and there and have a high look about themselves when they see other people. But for all in all, they're doing this for them. They're not doing it for you. Because at the end of the day, all that stuff that they're doing is only going to promote to what a bigger goal is, you getting the jab than you getting the chip, which is the RFID microchip. That's the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. So if you there's a thing called progression, you know, slowly it'll progress into a larger matter that's just going to be you being put to death. You know, now are you wicked if you have to do these things? No. You know, some brothers got to go get a little test and swab their nose and shit. That's whatever. You know, some places allow you to do saliva, which is if you got to take one of their tests for this shit. You know, that's the way to go. You know, but them sitting there promoting this on a grand scale, posting it on the internet so everybody can see it, is only going to put people's mind at rest to go even further and be like, you know what, they got the test, they could get the jab. You know, so this is Jeremiah 5:31. It says, I'll start at 30. It says, a wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people love to have it so. And what will you do in the end thereof? Now, IUIC is the same group that sat there and said the time of Jacob's trouble has already come and went. There's not going to be another time of Jacob's trouble according to them. You know? This is Isaiah 9:16. It says, I had to start up. I just started 13. It says, the people turn not unto him that smiteth them. And who's the one that's smiting them? The Lord. The Lord is the one that's whipping Israel's ass, but our people still don't turn towards the Lord, man. They don't look for what he said was right and wrong. They still go about whatever your Christian pastor says is right and wrong. Neither do they seek Yahweh hosts. Therefore, Yahweh will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. It says, the ancient and the honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that teacheth lies, he is the tail. You know, so the ancient and honorable is what your high in society Israelites, man. And the prophet that teaches lies, he's the tail. So, you know, all these people that try to, you know, make void the judgments of the Lord, don't take and consider what the Lord's doing and how the Lord wants things. Hey, the Lord's going to cut you off. It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed, because ultimately this is only gonna go into a different action where these men, you know, going into this tent, a testing tent, you know, getting their nose swabbed up. Ultimately, that's going to go into a deeper action, which is going to lead into the mark of the beast. And they're going to promote you to get what? This devil's jab. Knowing damn well it has stuff in it that you're not supposed to put in your... If you're not even supposed to eat it, what makes you think the Lord's going to be happy with you shooting it into your veins? You know? But Jake loves... You know, Jake loves to hear that he'll be able to, you know, function as normal. Nobody wants to hear about the straight gate. You know? We in a time now where we got to prepare our minds for the straight gate. The scriptures tell you, arm yourself likewise. You get that. This is 1 Peter 4 and 1. It says, for as much then as the Mashiach has suffered for us in the flesh. You see, didn't the Lord suffer in the flesh? The scriptures tell you he was a man acquainted with grief and sorrows, man. And the Lord went through that in his flesh. It says, arm yourself likewise with the same mind. So Yahweh Shai, what? In the Garden of Yosemite, wasn't he praying to the Lord that he could take that cup? When he said he couldn't take it, he was sweating blood, right? He was under stress. And he said, you know what? Have thy will be done, Yahweh. We ought to arm ourselves with the same mind to be able to and be willing and able to suffer. I mean, you got Israelites that only preach of prosperity, just like Christian preachers, man. It says, arm yourself likewise with the same mind, for he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin. And this is what suffering in the flesh does, man. Because it whips your mind back into focus. And suffering in the flesh can come from many different angles, man. You know, some brothers work jobs where they don't get no fucking respect. Some brothers got women that just try to walk on them, you know, try to talk shit. Some brothers have bodies that are breaking down on them, they're hurting. Some brothers have money issues. Some brothers, you know, are plagued in whole different ways, man. But that's the suffering to keep you from sinning. It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time to the flesh and to the lust of men. Why? Because here it is. You have the internet to do the heavy lifting, but these same men, fringes on the bottom of a tall tee, your pro club, you know, and sitting there trying to say that you got to do this and that just to preach the word. The scriptures tell you, hey, you put on your garment, go out to the highways and byways and just preach. Post a video online, it'll get to where it needs to get to. Here it is, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone never went to Italy, Rome, never went to Panama, never went to Spain, never went to Mexico like that, right? And here it is, never went to Africa, but here it is, you got brothers out there taking on the title of Great Millstone, preaching the word. The elders and apostles never went to Australia, but you got fiery brother out there in Australia preaching the word. Right? It says, verse 2, that he no longer should live the rest of his time to the flesh, in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High. And this is what you have to do to serve the Lord, man. You got to put off the works of the flesh. Because we're in the time now, man, where the Lord is about to start doing some work. And these men that are promoting this message, man, is detrimental to Israel. And the simple believe in all things, man. This is why a man as a teacher in this thing has to be very careful about what he puts out there. Because it can be easily mess up the simple-minded, man. Micah 2 and 10, it says, Arise ye, and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. You see, this isn't our rest. America, Babylon the Great, so sitting there and doing all these measures to be able to further your life in this place, hey, it's futile, man. Everything is showing that this America is going down, man. Lord will, I'm still gonna do it. But I was gonna do a lesson on this where they're sitting there saying that the moratorium on evictions was unconstitutional in Texas. So a bunch of people, right after they went through that hell of that blizzard, they're about to go through that hell of being cast out of their houses, man. It's right here on the Epic Economist. You know, this is what the Lord's getting ready to cook up. It says, verse 11, it says, if a man walk in the spirit of falsehood and do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be a prophet of this people. And that's the problem. Because if Jake wants to fill and fill his heart, his mind, and his plans with pleasure and party and BS, Jake never takes anything serious enough. And we're in a time where the Lord is about to do grievous things in his word. Because Jake loves to party and BS. The only ones that are going to be prophets to him are the ones that are promoting party and BS. And this is why you have IUIC with huge gatherings. Huge gatherings. ISUPK, huge gatherings. Right? You know, this is Esau. These are men that are just promoting Esau shit. You know? Let me get this last one. I'll end it on this. This is 2 Peter 2 and 1. It says, but there were false prophets among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bringing upon themselves swift destruction. You see, so those damnable heresies, you know, are offenses against the scriptures, man. And here it is, they're doing offenses that can cause the simple to go astray, man. You know? So Lord willing to edify, I'm going to say, Kohollah, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Karkadash, Shalom.